Hello everyone, my name is UltimoFive, and today we are going over the Astilla Prime, the glass cannon. Astilla Prime is the Prime version of Astilla and was released alongside Volnus Prime and Gara Prime. In order to obtain Astilla Prime, one must open a variety of relics that contain the blueprint, barrel, stock, and receiver in order to make it at the foundry. Requires a mastery rank of 14, comes with 2 V and 1 dash polarity slots, plus a V Exilis slot, and because of this the builds on this weapon will require 3 Forma. Excels in close to medium range combat and deals with high leveled enemies of all factions in medium to large crowds, and it has a unique effect where it fires a slug that explodes upon contact with the surface or an enemy. The Astilla Prime has some buffs when compared to the original Astilla in different areas. These stats would be higher base damage, higher area attack damage, higher critical chance, higher status chance, and a larger magazine size. Advantages for the weapon would be that it has a very high status chance, an average critical chance, and it has a high accuracy compared to other shotguns. Disadvantages, however, for the weapon would be that it has below average critical multiplier, has linear damage fall off, however this isn't too bad compared to other shotguns, explosions have linear damage fall off, and projectiles have travel time. The element for the Astilla Prime against Corpus will be Viral and Electricity. Viral amplifies health damage by 100% for 6 seconds and stacks up to 10 times for a total of 325%. Meanwhile, Electricity stuns the target for 3 seconds and deals 50% base damage per second for 6 seconds. The build's flex slot is Primed Cleanse Corpus or Laser Sight, as long as critical chances still increase, such as with a Riven. The build works wonders and can easily eliminate a squadron of Corpus enemies in a matter of seconds with about a clip. However, it can fall a little short against human enemies due to the impact procs bouncing them around. The elements for the Astilla Prime against a corrupting Grineer will be Viral and Slash. Slash's status effect is Bleed, and after 1 second it deals 35% of the base damage per second for 6 seconds, which bypasses armor. The build's flex slot is either Prime Cleanse Grineer and Corrupted or Laser Sight, as long as critical chances still increase, such as with a Riven. This build works fantastic against a corrupting Grineer due to its high status chance that helps increase the damage of Slash procs by applying tons of Viral procs in a crowd. Again, with this build it can fall a bit short due to weapons impact procs which bounce enemies around, making it harder to land headshots. The elements for the Astilla Prime against the Infested would be Viral and Heat or Gas. Heat deals 50% base damage per second over 6 seconds while stripping up to 50% armor and causes targets to panic. Meanwhile, Gas deals 50% base damage per second for 6 seconds in a 3 meter radius and stacks up to 10 times to a total of 6 meters. The build's flex slot is either Blaze or Blunderbuss, but only Blunderbuss if you are replacing it with a Riven. This build is great with either using Viral, Heat, or Gas. It just completely melts groups of the Infested. Also, since you are aiming for heads, this build has no issue with handling the Infested. Fatal Acceleration. In place of having no Exilis mod, this will cost 1 more Forma in order to have, but helps with projectile speed by increasing damage fall off range, but only for the slug shot, not the explosion. Vigilante Supplies. In place of having no Exilis mod, this will cost 2 more Forma in order to have, but can help with the weapon's ammo pool. Ravage, Point Blank, and Cleanse mods, in place of their primed counterparts if you don't have them. Chilling Reload. In place of Frigid Blast if you want a faster reload speed at the cost of increased status chance. Vigilante Armaments, in place of the build's flex slot if you want more multi-shot. And Vicious Spread, in place of the build's cleanse mod if you don't like using faction mods. There are several ways to enhance critical stats and damage for this weapon. For instance, for damage, Rhino's Roar, Nova's Molecular Prime, which makes all sources of damage increase by 100% against primed enemies, Mirage's Eclipse mixed with her Hall of Mirrors adds a massive damage bonus during the day or in light, Saren's Toxic Lash mixed with her Spores abilities, Equinox's Rest and Rage in Dayform makes targets more vulnerable to damage, Wisp's Haste Reservoir which bolsters fire rate in turn increasing DPS, and Chroma's Vex Armor when health gets damaged increases weapon damage. For critical stats, Harlow's Covenant can add up to 50% critical chance and 200% on headshots. Volt's Electric Shield when shot through adds a 200% critical damage multiplier, Zephyr's passive increases critical chance by 150% while airborne, the Udarza with Cat's Eye can give a 60% critical chance boost, and Smita with Charm can give a 200% crit chance. Arcane Rage. Upon getting a headshot, 15% chance for 180% damage to primary weapons for 24 seconds. Arcane Avenger. Upon being damaged, 21% chance for 45% critical chance for 12 seconds. Arcane Primary Charger. On melee kill, 30% chance for 300% damage to primary weapons for 12 seconds. And Arcane Arachne. On wall latch, 150% damage for 30 seconds. When you get your hands on a Riven for this weapon, the flex slot to replace will be Laser Sight for the Corpus, Corrupting Grineer, and Blaze or Blunderbuss for the Infested. This can require one more forma, and in order to maximize damage output with the Astilla Prime, one will need to get lucky to get some nice stats. These ideal stats would be damage, critical chance, critical damage, and negative weapon recoil or negative puncture. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more guides on Warframe, please click the like and sub buttons to let me know. And as per usual, I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.